Hey, Vinicius Brasil, Santa Clara real estate guy here, and we're here on location at the Lickmill Mansion, which was built in 1858 by none other than James Lick. Got to keep in mind that California became a state in 1850, and the city of Santa Clara was incorporated back in 1852. So at the time, this is a relatively new house. Not even sure this was even part of Santa Clara at the time. Most likely it was incorporated later. But it's a property that just hit the market about a month ago. Of course, it is a historical property. The current owners, I'm not sure, I don't have too much information about them, but I understand that they bought it with some plans, and now they've put it back on the market. But let's go ahead, let's take a look inside. So you can see here's the front. It's an Italianate style mansion. It's about 8,600 square feet overall interior space. Now it includes 4 acres. It resides right in the middle, I wouldn't say in the middle, but next to the garden or mansion grove apartment complex. And there's the granary right in front of me. You can see, we'll take a look inside there as well. But it's kind of integrated into the complex, but obviously it's separate. It's got its own parcel number and it's being sold separately. So I don't know the history of how this worked out when the apartment complex was developed and how it was developed next to this. But that's not important. Right now, let's take a look at this amazing historic home. Now, I just want to warn you, it's got a lot of deferred maintenance, but just look past that and perhaps you might be able to see its old glory. So we are walking into the front door here, into the foyer or the parlor, and greeted by some chandeliers and some staircases here. And we're just going to go off here to our right. It's most likely was the meeting room or the parlor or formal living room. Lots of hallways here. It's going to be an easy house to get lost in, as you can see. Going through this room right here. Looks like it might have been the main dining room, perhaps. The reason why I say that is it's close to the kitchen here. This might have been like a pantry area. And this looks to be the kitchen right here. Now, not sure what the history of this home was like in the last maybe half of the century. But it looks to me that it may have been some sort of museum because it's got these 2 bathrooms on each side of the structure that are labeled as men and women's bathrooms. And this must be some sort of mechanical or mud room. And if you go down this wing, this is where the staircase is. There's actually 2 staircases. This is the back staircase here. And then this is another room here. It might have been some sort of office. And then maybe perhaps some bedrooms over here. But they're all kind of connected, which is interesting. We've got another bathroom here, kind of a Jack and Jill bathroom that connect through this bedroom. And this leads us to our entry here where we came in, and another main living area over here. Let's go upstairs. Let's take a look at what we find there. Look at the staircase and the woodwork. Of course, low railing. This would not be to code today, but I've seen this before in other old homes. Not sure why they made it so low. But this is amazing. Look at this landing. And you've got doors on all sides. Obviously, lots of bedrooms here. Some nice windows. Double doors connecting over here with amazing views. I'm sure at the time we probably overlooked his large farm. A little bit of history about James Lick. He was the richest man in California at the time. And I think he died, I'm going to say 1873. So this house was built in 1858. So he resided in here for about 15 years before his death. I don't know any history beyond that. I've just recently been kind of researching because because I've been so intrigued by this. This might have been enclosed later on, like some sort of East Coast kind of Cape Cod room with a lot of windows. But here we go, another large room. Definitely the lighting here is not the original lighting. Not sure what it was used for. Looks like there's some sort of leak here, and we have a drop down here. So we're going from the high ceilings in the front of the house, and we drop down, and it looks like these rooms are a little bit smaller, not as grand as the rooms up front. And this is the back staircase. Here, kind of get an idea. 3 small rooms. Wow, fortune. Like a lot of different maintenance. It's a shame if someone has to come in here and, or at least now, just protect this house. Put some coverings over it so it doesn't get any more damaged. You can see some of the lath. Actually, that looks like sheetrock that may have been installed afterwards, or maybe that is plaster, but it does look like sheetrock. So, but you can see how it's being damaged due to water intrusion coming from the roof. It wouldn't cost too much to put a tarp on this, especially with the weather that's coming. And you can see some of these windows look like they're in good condition. I mean, the ropes still seem to be there for these single hung windows that have the old, weight and pulley system. So a lot of historical elements about this house are still together, right? Sometimes these houses are completely, torn apart and changed, but this one looks like it's maintained a lot of its original character, especially the staircases. All right, coming down off this back staircase to the back side of the house, and we can exit out here. This is where those 2 restrooms were, and here is the exit for what probably was the exit for the employees, the staff, right? So let's go back out. Very interesting property, and there's one last thing to show you. There's another structure that's included in the sale, and by the way, this house is listed for $2,895,000. There's a lot of potential uses for this. It comes with 4 acres. But for those of you who are worried about a developer coming in and, demolishing this structure and building more, apartments or condos, that's not likely to happen. This is too important of a structure and probably too important to the city and its heritage to compromise. So whatever use would have to involve this structure. And what we're headed towards right now is the granary, which is this large brick structure here. Now I seem to have access to one side of it, and we'll kind of take a look at it inside. So for those of you who are maybe a little wary of Blair Witch, you may want to stop here. But for the rest of you, let's come on and take a look. So I'm not sure how the camera is doing with the light from this door here. You can kind of see. So I imagine the other side is just identical to this. This looks like it's got some plumbing that was added after the fact. Obviously, some fire suppression system in here. And then it looks like a stairs leading up to the attic of the granary. And I've never been in one of these, so I don't know what to expect, but the temperature is nice and cool. So I imagine this is, would have been a great place to store your grain. Kind of get an idea of what the upstairs area is for. But an amazing piece of history, and something I wanted to make sure I got out here today to take a look. And I'm glad I could at least get this quick video in and give some of you guys a look at this house. I know there was some comments on Facebook about it, and people were surprised to even see this house, and I'm really surprised as well. I didn't know this house existed. getting out here and seeing it and seeing where it's located and its surroundings, that's also a really big surprise to me. So I don't know what the future of this home is. I hope that, you know, someone or something would buy this and restore it, but it would take a whole lot of money either way. But hey, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the tour. And any questions about Santa Clara real estate, and I'd be happy to answer any questions on this house as well. Feel free to contact me, santaclararealestateguy.com, and have a great day.